Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy RapTRz here, bringing you my fighter support steel build. This build is awesome because it allows you to engage with pretty good amounts of damage in the front line as a fighter slash support. Steel is one of the few supports that's able to dish out fair amount of damage with his abilities like his shield slam and his bull rush especially. So we're going to focus on that today, and this build is going to be tanky enough for you to be able to call yourself a tank. So it's not all damage, but it has some damage in it, which is great in this meta because team fights don't last as long and you want to get as much damage as you can out there. But we're a tank, so we're going to build tanky, but we're at the same time make sure our ultimate and our bull rush hurts when we do combo it together, which you're going to see me do repeatedly in this video, and it's just great for doing that burst little damage that you can as a support. So Steel is great. He has his shield slam, which is ultimate, great for initiating fights, great for disrupting channeled abilities. You got his force shield, which is great for disrupting projectiles coming towards yourself or your allies. And finally, you got your bull rush, which is great for peeling off enemies off your carry, or great for comboing it with your shield slam. And then last, you got your bulwark, which gives you up a little personal shield and disrupts 90% of the incoming damage coming towards you, which is great if you're stuck in a Greystone ultimate, or if you're stuck in a Gideon ultimate, or in a gadget ultimate. Any caster ultimate is going to be great for mitigating that damage. So that's also a great ability that Steel has. And like I said, his bull rush and his shield slam are going to be the ones that we focus on in this build, because we're going to have some damage, some health, and some armor along to go with it. So today we're going to build it from the early game to the mid game to the late game. Then we're going to overview the skills and overall stats of this build at the end of the video. Then I'm going to show you the whole build at the end, and you could have it for yourself. So today, let's get right into the fighter support steel build. Your prime card is going to be the ARCHMAGUS or your health one. It's really up to you. I like taking the ARCHMAGUS because it helps me push a lot better. Plus, it gives that extra damage to structures from minions, so it's a lot better. Plus, I just like getting more damage. Or if you want to be more tanky, then you can go ahead and take the health card. Your first 3 points, you're going to start off with a CIRCLET of health. You can go ahead and throw your guard and a barrier token in there as well, just in case you might need them later. But CIRCLET of health is great because it's going to allow you to get sustainability for you and your carry, which is really important because you want to stay in lane as much as you can. So the CIRCLET of health gives you health regen to yourself and your carry. So as soon as you get your 3 points, what I like doing is going back and getting your Guardian's Ward. And your Guardian's Ward, go ahead and put 3 minor power in that. And you can go ahead and take your temper plate or your tomb barrier for your next cards. Usually if it's going to be a caster, you take your tomb barrier. If it's a melee character, you go ahead and take your temper plate. Go ahead and put 2 tomb barriers in that one with lesser health as well. Same with your temper plate, 2 minor guards and a lesser health. Now you could have the option of building more health in your Guardian's Ward if you want to, but me, I like building more damage with steel, as other supports I usually don't build any damage. Steel is the very few that I build damage, so with this one I like putting 3 minor power in my Guardian's Ward. So at 18 CXP you will have 250 health, 30 power. Ability armor will be at 20, basic armor will be at 35. Once you get your next 3 points, go ahead and get rid of your minor Guardian's Ward and go ahead and get your major Guardian's Ward. Go ahead and put 3 health, 2 power, 1 power. It's going to give you 30 power and 200 health. On your next 3 points, go ahead and decide whether you need your tempered plate for basic attacks or whether you need your tomb barrier for ability attacks. So basically you just decide this on your own, see which one you need more. Go ahead and upgrade the first one and then upgrade your second armor. It's going to give you ability armor is going to give you 36 with 50 health. Basic armor is going to give you 63 with 50 health. Now your next 9 points, go ahead and save up for your 9 points to get your Honor of the Pure. Basically, Honor of the Pure is going to give you 200 health. Go ahead and put 3 lesser health in there, and it's going to give you 30 mana. But the cool thing about this is it's activatable. It's going to shield yourself and nearby allies for 3 seconds. It's going to give you 125 shield off the bat, but it's going to give you 25 times whatever player level your allies are at. So basically at level 15, it will give you and your allies 500 damage shield. So it's really good, and I always like using it, especially when I am going against another steel. I usually like saving it for that. So basically if I'm facing another steel, because steel is a really popular support, obviously I'm bringing this build. Usually when the enemy steel is about to ult, I have time to react and activate my Honor of the Pure, and it basically absorbs all that damage. So that's why I like having it, just for those situations where you know you're gonna get attacked. So I usually like activating it right before that happens. So it's really good to counter some ultimates. So at 36 CXP, you're gonna have 500 health, 30 power, ability armor is gonna be at 36. Basic armor is going to be at 63, and you're going to have 30 extra mana from that Honor of the Pure, plus your shield from Honor of the Pure. So last but not least, on to the late game. On your late game, your last 2 cards are going to be 2 Elder Mage Amulets. You're going to build them exactly the same way. 3 greater health, 3 power, 3 power. Each of them is going to give you 42 power and 300 health. Like I said, in the mid-game tier that I said, you can start building both of your armors. But if you want and you feel like you have a good opportunity, you can go ahead and start building your Elder Mage Amulet early if you want to get that extra damage into your build. Now, if you do that, you're going to get to your Honor of the Pure a lot later, so sometimes it's better just to build your armors, then your Honor of the Pure, then your Elder Mage Amulets. The reason why I am doing it in this order, but just know that you can build it a little differently with your Elder Mage Amulets a little bit earlier if you want to do that. Now, I like having these extra damage cards with the Elder Mage Amulets because, like I said, I like making sure that my Shield Slam and my Bull Rush hurt when I do combo it, because it allows me to get some good burst damage and allows my allies to obviously get a window of opportunity when I do ult the enemy. So when you're doing this, make sure you stay engaged in the front line. Make sure you're protecting your carries. Do a couple basic attacks, lay down that force shield, and do as much damage as you can, because you're going to be pretty tanky enough to absorb most of the damage in those team fights. And if you die, then that's alright, because that's what the job of the tank is, not necessarily to die, but absorb most of the damage. And don't forget to activate that Honor of the Pure when you do see an incoming ult coming, whether it's a Gideon ult, a Steel ult, whatever it is, a Gadget ult, whatever. Go ahead and make sure that you don't forget that you have your Honor of the Pure to counter that. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the build video. We're going to cut it to the last little part of the clip where I show you all the final stats with your level 15 hero stats combined. And then at the end, I'm going to show you the full build, a little list, so you can go ahead and take it down and use it and see how you guys like the build. So at level 15, 60 CXP, you're going to have 114 power, 2,791 health. Your basic armor is going to be at 94.5. Your ability armor is going to be at 66.5. You're going to have 734 mana. Now make sure you're wary that you save your mana for those team fights. There's no other reason you should be using your mana except for those team fights, so make sure you conserve your mana. I feel like it's a waste to build mana on steel, so that's why I choose not to build mana and get more health, armor, and damage instead of mana. So how much damage is exactly your Shield Slam and Bull Rush hitting for? Well, I'm going to show you right here. Your Shield Slam is going to hit for 606 damage. Your Bull Rush is going to hit for 301 damage. Now, when you initiate a fight and you combo those two abilities, you're going to burst for 908 damage. Plus, your basic attack is going to deal 140 damage. So basically, in the first couple seconds of a team fight, you're going to do more than 1,000 damage in that team fight just by initiating alone, and that is devastating. That is so devastating if you do manage to hit a carry with that combo, because it gives you a burst damage, but don't forget you have that knock up, which gives you your ability, your opportunity for your teammates to engage in that fight and deal even more damage. So that's why Steel is so devastating in this new meta. That's why I like building him as a fighter slash support. So that's why I bring you guys this build today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the build. Tell me what you would have done differently or how you build Steel yourself. I would love to hear about it in the comment sections, or certain things you might tweak in this build itself. But overall, just let me know. And if you did enjoy the video, or if it did give you some kind of insight, please like it and subscribe. I will be bringing more builds out soon for different heroes, different roles. So anyways, guys, my name's RapTRz. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate your viewership. So thank you guys. And here's the list of the cards that you will need for this build. So thank you guys.